One evening at a corporate gala, Damien caught her wrist as she tried to walk past him. "Dance with me," he said, his voice low. People were watching. It was reckless. It was foolish. But she placed her hand in his anyway. As they moved across the floor, his grip tightened on her waist. "Do you know how much you drive me insane?" Mara looked up at him. "I could say the same about you." The moment the dance ended, he pulled her into a secluded corridor. "I don't mix business with pleasure," he muttered. But his hands were already in her hair, his breath warm against her skin. "Then what is this?" she whispered. Instead of answering, he kissed her. It was the kind of kiss that changed everything. Their secret affair burned hot and fast. They met behind closed doors, their stolen moments filled with passion and risk. But secrets never stayed hidden for long. The rumors began, whispers in the office, lingering glances from colleagues. And then the inevitable happened. One morning, a scandalous email spread across the company. Damien Lexington and Mara Walker, sleeping their way to the top? The words burned into her skin. She stormed into his office, slamming the door shut. "Who sent this?" Damien was already on his feet, his expression unreadable. "It doesn't matter. I'll handle it." She shook her head. "This will ruin me." "No, it won't." His voice was firm. "I won't let it." But the damage was done. By the end of the week, HR had called her in. The board demanded answers. And suddenly, her entire career hung in the balance. Mara sat across from Damien in his office, the weight of their choices pressing down on them. "They want me to resign," she said, her voice hollow. Damien's jaw clenched. "No. They're giving me a choice," she continued. "Either I leave or you step down as CEO." His gaze darkened. "That's not a choice." She smiled bitterly. "You built this company, Damien. I won't be the reason you lose it." He stood, crossing the room in seconds. "You think I care about this company more than you? You should." "I don't." His hands cupped her face. "I'll fight them." She stepped back. "No. This is my fight." A silence stretched between them. And then she made the decision. The next morning, she handed in her resignation. 6 months passed. Mara started her own consulting firm, carving a new path for herself. One evening, as she closed up her office, a familiar figure leaned against the doorway. "Damien." Her heart clenched. "What are you doing here?" He smirked. "You left me." She crossed her arms. "You let me." He stepped closer. "And I've regretted it every day since." She swallowed. "Damien. I don't care about rules or titles or boardrooms." His voice was raw. "I care about you." Silence. Then she smiled. "You always did like a challenge." His grin softened. "And I always win." This time when he kissed her, there were no secrets. No rules. Just them. Under no one's command but their own.